Welcome to Mon Movies. This is the film that broke the Korean box office record in 2024, The Witch, Part 2. Without further ado, let's get started. As we step into this movie, the story opens on a vehicle, a company bus on a team-building trip. Among the passengers sits a pregnant woman. Hours later, the group leader suddenly dons a gas mask and swiftly tosses a smoke grenade. In an instant, acrid smoke floods the cramped cabin. The passengers have no time to react before collapsing one by one. The pregnant woman is carried off by a mystery man, while the bus itself is staged to look like a fatal crash. All the innocent passengers are left dead. The woman wakes in a frigid laboratory, surrounded by blinking machines, and a woman in a lab coat sits beside her. It turns out the woman is a first-generation mutant. The child in her womb has become the test subject, with Dr. Beck leading the project. They intend to use the child to create more powerful mutants. Earlier, Gu Jae-yoon, the first witch, escaped the lab, but she faced a serious problem. Drug dependence. Only a bone marrow transplant from her mother might free her from that dependence. However, the only one who can link minds with their mother is her younger sister, our heroine, the girl. Arc 1. Years later, a secret underground lab is suddenly raided by a group of mutants. Chaos erupts throughout the facility. Sirens blare deafeningly, and a girl is gravely wounded in the crossfire. Blood soaks through her clothes, yet shockingly, she doesn't die. Thanks to her extraordinary regenerative ability, her wounds knit rapidly, and she soon looks unscathed. Drenched in blood, she leaves the lab and steps into an unknown world. The girl escapes the laboratory, wandering alone through snowy mountains and forest. Soon she sets foot on a highway for the first time, filled with curiosity about this new world. And just then, seeing the girl unharmed, the driver turns back. They circle around to her. The man in the car meets the girl's blank, innocent gaze, and casually abducts her into the car. At the same time, a young woman named Kyung-hee is also taken by the gang. Inside the cramped vehicle, Kyung-hee sees the weakened girl and feels a surge of pity. She begs the thugs to let the girl go, but they coldly refuse. At that moment, one thug yanks the girl by the hair. The girl warns him, but he doesn't care. Instead, he triggers the immense power hidden within her. With inhuman force beyond imagination, she drops every gangster in the car in a heartbeat, saving Kyung-hee. Kyung-hee comes to and sees the girl about to finish the last survivor. She rushes to stop her, pleading for mercy. After calling the police, Kyung-hee studies her savior. Shaken by the girl's courage and power, and moved by her plight, she phones an older family friend for help. He arrives quickly. As Kyung-hee and the uncle recount what happened, the girl suddenly faints. Seeing this, they rush her to the uncle's clinic. At the clinic, the uncle tweezes out shrapnel piece by piece, but the wounds close up before his eyes. He stares at his drink, wondering if he's seeing things. He's utterly baffled. When the procedure ends, Kyung-hee looks at the girl who saved her, and decides to take her home to care for her with her younger brother, Dae-gil. Back home, Kyung-hee discovers the girl's enormous appetite. She eats enough for several people, and never seems full. The girl spends peaceful, warm days with Kyung-hee and Dae-gil. At the supermarket, she tastes delicious food for the first time, curious about every new flavor. In this warm household, the once cold girl begins to feel a care she's never known, and tries to fit into the family. Elsewhere, inside a church, a female agent collapses in a pool of blood, struggling to load her pistol. A fresh magazine then fires multiple rounds into a mutant's head. She staggers out of the church, gets into her car, takes out a notebook, and marks the mutant she just neutralized in red. Cut to a man arriving at an ocean view home. Taking in the view, he can't help but sigh. Inside, he suspects Dr. Beck deliberately let the girl go. Dr. Beck won't admit it, dodging the accusation. Upon learning the girl escaped, Dr. Beck summons the female agent Jo Hyun, hands her the girl's dossier, and orders her to eliminate the target. She accepts without hesitation. As Jo Hyun rises to leave, Dr. Beck gravely gives her a tracker and says, Once outside, they notice a tail and immediately speed up to shake it. Soon the pursuing car disappears. But just as they're puzzled, suddenly they react fast, refusing to back down, rip off a car door, and hurl it back. Tom jumps in and brawls with the two attackers. In the fight, they're clearly outmatched. Jo-hyun spits a threat and withdraws. Driving along the road, their tracker suddenly pings. They found the girl's hideout. A gang convoy pulls up at Kyung-hee's farm. The man stepping out is the boss, Young-do. He's long coveted Kyung-hee's land. He was also behind her earlier abduction. But she's no match for the mob. Kyung-hee raises a gun to defend her father's farm. They beat her to the ground. Kyung-hee looks up at the roof. Everyone's eyes follow. The girl is standing up there, seeing blood at Kyung-hee's lips. She steps down toward the thugs, and with one kick sends a goon flying. The crowd stares in shock, unable to believe what just happened. She walks slowly toward Young-do. He's already collapsed, trembling with fear. Just as she's about to strike, Kyung-hee stops her in time, and his life is spared. The gang quickly flees. The next day, Young-do brings men to the uncle's clinic. Under threats, the uncle admits he operated on the girl. Tragically, they cut off his hand. Meanwhile, the Shanghai Institute's 4-person superpowered unit is also hunting for the girl. Each of the 4 has a unique ability. Their objective is likewise to bring her back for research. Trouble piles on fast. The gangsters leak the girl's whereabouts to another mutant group. After a call from the uncle, Kyung-hee goes to check on him. He fears the girl will bring danger to her, and urges Kyung-hee to send the girl away. Outside, Kyung-hee falls deep into thought, unsure whether to let the girl go. Just then, Jo-hyun finds her, showing footage of the girl being experimented on. Kyung-hee can't believe that's the same girl she's been living with. Back home, seeing the girl bond with Dae-gil, her heart twists even more. She then tells the girl that it's best for her to leave soon. Meanwhile, tasked with capturing the girl, Jo-hyun and her team also pinpoint her location. Both sides gear up fully, storming toward the farm. The gang arrives first. They move to seize the farm by force. A standoff ensues. In the chaos, Young-do fires at Kyung-hee, killing her. After sending the girl to safety, Dae-gil returns to find his sister in a pool of blood, devastated. Moments later, the girl is knocked out by a blast wave. Jo-hyun and the mutants clash fiercely, trading blow for blow, with no clear victor. Daegil also loses his life in the melee. The girl awakens, memories flashing of every moment spent with Kyung-hee and Daegil. Rage and grief flood her heart. Not far away, a woman drags a corpse toward her. The woman realizes the girl before her is their target, and moves in for the kill. But she's no match for the girl. With a mere thought, the girl ends her, dragging the body back toward the farm. She looks down at the siblings, and is overwhelmed with sorrow. Then her gaze fixes on Yongdu, the culprit, and she makes him taste a fate worse than death. Consumed with vengeance for the siblings, the girl turns on the remaining mutants in a heart-stopping battle. Just when she thinks it's over, a car door slowly opens, and a woman steps out, Gu Jaeyoon, the first witch. The girl is her younger sister. It was Jaeyoon's people who raided the lab earlier. From the moment the girl escaped, Jaeyoon has watched over her in secret. Now the sisters are finally reunited. Since only the younger sister can link minds with their mother, they'll go together to rescue her. Looking at Kyung-hee and Daegil lying cold on the ground, the girl feels an inexplicable pain. Jaeyoon injects her with medication and takes her away. In the final scene, their mother, the witch, lies covered in tubes, suspended in a tank of unknown fluid. Her eyes slowly open, hinting at an even greater power about to awaken, and that the real story is only just beginning.